Welcome to Ask and Learn.
Are being tasked with drawing a graph. Now, a graph is a set of vertices, which we will sometimes call nodes, and a set of edges, which look like lines that connect the vertices. Now, vertices are objects, sometimes mathematical objects, sometimes non, and the edges are going to represent a relationship between these vertices. Now, in order for us to draw the graph, we just need to know what the objects are and then the relationship between those objects. In our example, we are trying to draw a graph that represents mathematicians and computer scientists who died before 1900. So I'm just going to call our vertices people, where it's understood that the people I'm talking about are mathematicians and computer scientists who died before 1900. Now, the relationship between them, well, I need to ask myself, if I'm going to connect two people together, under what conditions am I being asked to connect them? Well, I just need to know if they were alive at the same time or not. So if any pair of people were alive at the same time, I'll add an edge between them. And if they weren't alive at the same time, then I won't add an edge between them. So here are all of my computer scientists and mathematicians. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my vertices. So a vertex just looks like a circle, typically an open circle. Although there are folks who draw them closed circles, sometimes they draw them with hearts. Now is a good time for me to point out that your graph may end up looking a little bit different than mine. That's okay. All that matters is that I am correctly representing the relationship between these vertices. So here are my vertices. They are the mathematicians and the computer scientists. And now I'm going to add an edge between each pair of mathematicians if they were alive at the same time. So let's take a look at Aristotle. Aristotle lived between 384 BC and 322 BCE. So I am going to add an edge from Aristotle to another mathematician if that mathematician and Aristotle were alive at the same time. If you take a look at Euclid, you will see that Aristotle and Euclid were alive at the same time because Aristotle lived between 384 BCE and 322 BCE, and Euclid was born in 325 BCE. So you have a rollover of about 3 years. So I'm just going to continue connecting mathematicians in pairs if they were alive at the same time. And in order to do this correctly, you need to do this for every pair of mathematicians. Now, remember, once again, your graph may look a little bit different than mine in terms of its layout and its structure. However, the relationship should still be the same between each pair of nodes. And there you have it. There's my graph.